Hi, my name is Puhalenti. You may have some difficulty saying my name, so you can just call me Puho. I am in middle school. I hope to share my knowledge of Python to you guys, and I hope to gain knowledge myself about Python. So today, we are going to learn about the introduction to Python, the basics. Next slide. So, what is programming? And why is Python useful? Programming is the process of building computer code. It can be anything from building an Alexa skill, Google Assistant app, or an app on your Apple App Store. Many jobs will be available to you. You can get jobs from Intel, AMD, Google, Apple, and uh, Microsoft. You can also get game developing. Now, that, in my opinion, is the job that I want. Game developing is so much fun. You can build Minecraft, you can build games similar to Minecraft, or make your own celebrity game. That's wide popular. Next, it is fun. I'm telling you, I promise you, you will love programming once you get used to it. Next slide. What is Python? Python is a high level language, as you can see in this pyramid. So let's start from the bottom. Hardware. Hardware is all the components you can see in a computer. It can be the keyboard, the mouse pad, the screen, your mic, the camera on the top of your computer, or all the built in components. So next is machine language. Machine language is the zeros and ones that are in a computer. Computers can easily understand it. You can translate it from numbers, letters, all of it. A human can also understand it too, but it's going to take a very, very, very long time. An assembly language. Assembly language has the components of machine language, but it also has the other characters. It's simple for computers to understand, but very hard for humans to understand. As you can see, these two languages are very hard to understand. So hard that most people did not like programming. So, scientists had an idea. They created high level language. These are very easy for computers to understand. Such languages are C, C++, Java, PHP, and Python. So, why choose Python? For the basics, Python is the easiest language, in my opinion, to consider taking. It is different from Java, PHP, C, C++, and more. Python is very short, and it kind of looks like writing text. For example, print hi. That's a Python line. It's actual Python code. It's so simple to understand. It's going to print the word hi. Print 1 plus 1. Same thing. It returns 1 plus 1. 2. Unlike Java, which you have to write this much code, this much. But in Python, it's just this much. So I would recommend choosing Python as your first language. So now, don't fret. Even though I said Python is one of the easiest language, in my opinion, it might not be easy for you. Like for example, Java, in my opinion, is very hard. Could be the easiest language for you. It all depends. There's also, if you don't understand both of them, there's always more. Luna, C, Lua, B, PHP, Rust, Kotlin, JavaScript, Visual, Objective C, Dart, and more. So now, the main part, how to install Python. First step, go to python.org and click download. So let's search it up. python.org/download. Now it should redirect you to this page. Let's wait for a bit. Okay. So now you'll see all these tabs: about, downloads, documentation, community, success stories, news, events. And then you're gonna see this: download the latest version for Windows. So only click this button, download Python 3.9.0, if you have Windows. This is the latest version, which is what we're gonna use. If you do not have Windows, then you must click Linux/Unix for the Ubuntu and other Linux versions, or Mac OS X. Or you can just click other for more. You'll see all of these: Python package for Linux, HP, UX, VMS, Solaris, OS, iOS, iPad, IBM, AIX. But for my sake and your sake, I'm just gonna click this button. Remember, only click this if you have Windows. If you don't have Windows, choose the corresponding buttons. So let's click it. Now this should appear. So once it's done downloading, after the circle's gone, click it. Now it should say opening. You have to click install now. Click it. Now it should load. Then you click yes. Further, do you want this application to make changes to your device? Click yes so it can install. Almost done. If you clicked it right, it should say Python 4, whatever device you're using. Almost done. Yeah, I don't really know how to edit my video, so I can skip this. Oh, it's done. Ooh. Good. Now it should say setup was successful. It says new to Python, start with the online tutorial, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Now just click close. Now after you're done, nothing will happen. You can X this tab if you want, but I'm not. So, yeah, I'm just gonna exit. So now right here, if you have a Windows, on the bottom you're gonna see this in all your apps. Click this tab and type Python. Now you're gonna see this. Click it. Now this window should appear. I'm gonna full screen it. This is quite small, so I'm gonna increase the size. Now I'm just gonna type an example statement. 1 plus 1. Good. 2 times 2. 2 to the factorial, I mean 2 to the power of 10. Good, it works. So now, Python commands. This is just an example statement. It's okay if you don't know it. Print I. This is super simple. Good, it works. Now print 1 times 9. Good. Python works. But let's say you build a short program like this. It's okay if you don't understand it. You're going to understand this soon. Arrange them. So what this is called a loop, basically does, it does for I in range 10, which is all the numbers from 0 to 10, excluding 10, it's going to print that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So good. But now, let's just say I was too lazy and I didn't want to write the whole function again. But this time I wanted to be range 11, so it printed all the numbers from 0 to 10. I can't go edit it again. It won't let me. See, I'm clicking backspace right now. So here's a solution. You may close this tab. We're going to use a Python IDE or editor. So there's many editors that are out there, like PyCharm. This is an editor from JetBrains. Click download if you want. But in this case, we are not going to use Python. We are going to use Microsoft's editor called Visual Studio Code. This should load if you have Google. If you don't have Google and this does not appear, just type code.visualstudio.com. Click this, and it should redirect you to this website. Okay, now right here it says download for Windows. If you don't have Windows, just click this. So you see Mac OS, Linux x64, Linux x no Windows x64 and Linux x64. So you see two tabs right here. Just for this sake, I'm gonna click other downloads. Now you're going to see this. Remember, Visual Studio Code only works for Windows 7, 8, and 10. There's 64-bit version and 32-bit version, but I'm going to use 64-bit version. So now, right here, you see two of these, download.deb and download.rmp for Linux. If you have a Debian or Ubuntu computer, click download.deb. If you have a Red Hat, Fedora, SUSE, a Linux, or click download.rmp. Or if you have a Apple Mac, click Mac OS and only click it if the version is 10.1.0 or more. I have Windows 10, so I get to click this. I should say this and click this. If it doesn't download, try to click this link. It might work. So almost done. Done. So now you can click this. Now it should say opening. Good. So now as you can see, it won't let you click next. If you want, you can read all of this, but I'm too lazy and I won't. So, no offense. Click I accept the agreement and click next. Now you're going to see this. You can enter the drive area you want your computer to store the files. Remember, this is for Windows C. If you have another computer, it might be different. So just search it up. And remember, at least 250.0 MB of free disk space is required. I got this computer a few months ago, so doesn't really matter. Click next. Sometimes this is appears. Just click yes. Now click yes. I want a desktop type on icon, and I want that. So add all of them. Click next. It says ready to install. Click it. Now this, wait, wait for it. So this fast moving thing may seem really scary, but don't worry. It's just extracting the files where to place it. The first time I did this, I was scared. Oh, done. Now click finish and you're done. So now it should open it for you. If it does not open it, go here. If you have Windows, click it. Now search up Visual Studio, whoops, Studio Code. Now remember, I have this, which is different. You have to pay for this, but we downloaded Visual Studio Code. If you want, you could just get the professional version, which is this. But I'm gonna use Visual Studio Code. Now click Enter. Now it should open it for you. Now you will get this screen when you open it up. But before we start, you'll see this bar. Click this. No, you will not have this. This is just an extension that I got before. Now you'll see this, like a triangle block with the block away from it. Click that. Now this is extensions. It's better. Now if you click Python, you're gonna get this. Remember, this does not run the Python code for you. It just like suggestions for Python. Wow, many downloads. So let's wait. You're gonna see this. It's downloading. I mean installing. Okay, almost done. And it's done. So now we can go back here. Now you can X this tab out. Now you're gonna see this. Click Control S if you have Windows. And then you're gonna get this screen up. If you don't have Windows, just click File and Save As. Then you're gonna get a screen similar to this. Just save it what you want. I'm just gonna name it Intro to Python.py. Remember, it must be .py for the computer to know it's a Python file. Click Enter, and then this little two Python snakes are gonna appear. This means it's rendered as a Python file. This might appear. Just click X. You will also get a like Python running notification right here. Just click the ones that said your version. Like from here, remember this? It's just gonna show a pop up of this asking right here. Click the version that you have, so that Visual Studio Code will copy all the programs. Go here, Python, and paste it in. Okay. So let's just see if it works. Type print I. Also, if you just type print, it's going to show this if you downloaded this extension. If you click tab, it will get it for you. Now just do one left parenthesis, it will automatically do the right one. Do one quotation, automatically do the left. Now let's just click, hi guys. Now let's see what happens. Click this. It should appear run Python file in terminal. Click it. Now you can bring this up. Hi guys, it appears. Yay! Now let's rename it. Like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Good. Now this is also a really good calculator. So here's an example. I'm just going to say I divided by 2 plus 6, the factorial of 4 plus 2. I'm just doing random things. Good. So it works. Now you may X this tab. Remember, whenever you're editing your file, always remember to click Control Save every once in a while. Because if you just click X, it's going to delete it. It might ask you, are you sure you want to delete it? If you just click delete, it won't save. But there's also an option that'll say save, then close window. Click save and close window. Okay, so that's basically it for this tutorial. Stay tuned and we'll see more. I hope you have a great day. Oh, and also, smash that like button below and smash that subscribe button and click that like button. Oh, I'm getting confused. Sorry. Okay, so now you've downloaded Python and you're all set for the next video. Thank you for watching and smash that like button and Smash that subscribe button. Oh, okay. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.